Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. Those are the direct, radical words of Jesus from Luke chapter 6. On the surface, they sound beautiful, noble. It's the kind of teaching we admire from a distance. We nod along thinking, yes, that's the ideal, but then our mind immediately does something else. It starts making a list. The coworker who sabotaged your project. The family member who betrayed your trust. The online voice filled with nothing but hate for what you believe. Suddenly, the teaching doesn't feel warm anymore. It feels impossible. A nice idea for saints, not for my real life. And that right there, that gap between admiring the words and rejecting their practical call, is the heart of this video. We're going to look at why this is the teaching Jesus gave that nobody actually follows. Not because we're bad people, but because it goes against every instinct we have. So let's sit with that uncomfortable invitation for a moment. Who just flashed into your mind? So we hear this impossible command and we think, well, of course I'd fail. I'm not Jesus. But here's the thing that proves the title right. His own inner circle couldn't do it either. We don't have to guess. The Bible shows us their failure in real time. Just hours after the Last Supper, soldiers come to arrest Jesus in the garden, and Peter, the one who swore he'd die for him, draws a sword. He doesn't turn the other cheek. He lashes out, cutting off the ear of the high priest's servant. It's a violent, instinctive rejection of love your enemies, with Jesus standing right there. Jesus immediately heals the man and rebukes Peter. The gap between the teaching and our natural reaction couldn't be clearer, and this gap doesn't close after the resurrection. Fast forward to the early church in Acts. Even Paul and Barnabas, powerhouse missionaries, have a sharp disagreement over John Mark. It becomes so contentious they split up. No praying for those who mistreat you here, just division. This isn't a modern "we're too soft" problem. It's a human one. Our wiring fights this divine logic on sight. The historical record makes the title's claim undeniable. It's not that nobody tries, it's that for 2,000 years our instinct to protect, to fight back, to hold a grudge, consistently overrides this one command. So if the people who walked with Jesus couldn't follow it, and the apostles who built the church struggled, what hope is there? That's the question that leads us to the only example that actually works. But there is one person in the story who didn't just hear the command. He lived it out perfectly at the very moment it should have been impossible. On the cross in agony, surrounded by the soldiers who nailed him there and the crowds who mocked him, Jesus didn't fight back. He didn't curse. He prayed, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." This is the living proof. The teaching isn't a human ideal we fail to reach. It's a divine reality he embodied first, and that changes everything. Because it means this impossible command has a source of power outside of us. It's not about mustering more willpower. It's about surrendering our natural logic, the logic of payback and self-protection, and letting his example work through us. So what does that look like on a Tuesday? It's not becoming a saint overnight. It's the friend who chooses to text grace instead of gossip after a betrayal. It's showing simple kindness to the coworker who's been hostile, not because you feel like it, but because you're participating in a different kind of logic. That small, gritty choice is you stepping into the same story that played out on the cross. So the title is right. Nobody actually follows this teaching by trying harder. We follow it by surrender. By letting Christ's forgiveness for us become the forgiveness that flows through us, that turns an impossible ideal into your very next possible step.